If you're ever hungry while on a diet, then you are doing something wrong. Because you should never be hungry when trying to lean down. Brother, I am leaning down quickly as fuck in a like 500 plus calorie surplus on a daily basis, and I am never hungry. Never at all. Now, the reason you're hungry is because you're eating food that's not making you full. And when you eat, you don't eat until you're full either, because you can't fit it in your calories. Well, in my last video I criticized calories as well, but you can't just do that. If you're eating food that isn't filling and food that isn't healthy, you're never gonna be able to be full and be within your calories and be in a energy deficit, as I would call it, because the food isn't filling enough, it's not healthy, and you're never gonna be full when you're eating tons of sugar and bread and things that are very easily digested. You need something that will be digested in your stomach for a while, and something that will stretch your stomach so it will keep you full. That's what we're meant to eat as people. We're meant to eat meat, for example. We're meant to eat out of fat, out of like dairy, eggs. You guys already know what I suggest. In that way, you're not gonna be hungry. You're not gonna be hungry at all, because it gives you a lot of micronutrients. The micronutrients you need. It gives you enough protein, which makes you much more full. Same with fat, by the way. Fat is necessary for being full enough. If you guys ever tried like boiled eggs are extremely satiating. There's many reasons for that, but it's because there's a lot of fat, there's a lot of protein, there's a lot of micronutrients, and they actually also have a lot of water in them. So they kind of stretch your stomach out even more. They don't lose the water like they do from regular cooking on a pan. So if you're eating bread, chips, fucking dessert, ice cream, whatever the fuck, chocolate, you're never gonna be full, trust me. Especially since those foods spike your blood sugar, and when your pancreas overcompensates because you spike your blood sugar way too high, then your blood sugar will drop very low, and once it does that, your body will make you want to eat because your blood sugar is low, and that should never happen in the first place. So then you're gonna be hungry again an hour and a half later, or 2 hours later, or maybe even 3 hours later. When I eat twice a day. So I eat, it depends, sometimes 4 hours apart, sometimes 5, something like that. I could go longer, honestly, but I just want to fit the 2 meals within a time period that works for me. So I eat 2 meals. I don't snack in between, because snacking will only make you hungrier, because it will fuck with your insulin and your blood sugar. And so I recommend big meals. I would never, guys, if I get hacked and some fucking AI robot, some AI fucking copy of me starts posting saying eat 7 meals a day, eat every hour so you're not hungry, do not trust him, boys, because I would never recommend that. Eat big meals. Even 1 meal a day is completely fine. I've never tried that. I think it would be a bit too much on the stomach, personally. But try to eat 2, maybe 3 meals a day. 3 meals a day if you're bulking in particular. And maybe if you really can't fit the meals in, if you really need 3, then fine. But certainly no more than 3. I think even 3 is a stretch. I think it's too many. But if you eat 2 meals a day, 2 big, healthy, filling meals, the filling and satiating food that has a lot of micronutrients and is really healthy, then you're gonna be full, man. I am full right now. I ate multiple hours ago. I could not eat another 3 hours. I don't need food like that. And after my last meal that I ate at like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. maybe, I don't eat until I go to sleep, and then I don't eat after that either. I only eat at like 1 p.m. the next day. So I don't eat about 6 hours. For about 6 hours, then I go to sleep, and then the next day, after a couple of hours after I wake up, then I eat my first meal of the day. So guys, if you're eating the right foods, you never need to eat more than 2 or maybe 3 times a day. You don't need a snack. Do not snack, boys. It will fuck your insulin up. It will make you a soy boy. It will make you a diabetic. honestly, if you keep it up for long enough, it will. And if you eat unhealthy foods, too much sugar, it will also give you liver issues. Non-alcoholic fatty liver is caused primarily by processed sugar. So there's that, boy. So if you're eating the regular mainstream diet, if you don't have meat and eggs and dairy, if you're just eating vegetables and grains and fucking rice and maybe a little bit of chicken, you're gonna be hungry. Of course, chicken, even if it's lean, it's gonna make you quite full because it has a lot of protein in it. But you do want to get that fat in, especially since fat is very important for regulating your hormones. You can't survive without fat. You can live without carbs. You don't need carbs to survive. I think you should eat carbs, but you don't need them for survival. So carbs they improve you. They help you grow more. So make sure to get enough fat, get enough protein, and just eat healthy, eat micronutrient dense foods, and you will be alright. Eat twice a day. Brother, please don't eat more than 3 times a day. Snacking included. Straight up, do not snack. Snacking will just make you hungry once again. And if you're struggling with snacking, try to cut out all the processed garbage, because that's the hyper palatable food in the first place is what's making you want a snack, because the regular meals you're having, they're just not satisfying enough for you because you're addicted to super normal stimuli like the processed garbage, ice cream, chips, whatever the fuck, like straight up McDonald's or whatever. Regular foods are never gonna be able to outcompete something that's been made in a lab. Let's be honest, because no natural food has both sugar and fat in it. Straight up nothing. Can't even think of anything. If you think of honey, you think of sugar. If you think of eggs, you think of fat. Because we like 3 things the most. We like either sugar, fat, or salt. And what natural foods have a combination of 2 or more of those? Meat has fat, but meat isn't naturally salty unless you salt it. Eggs aren't salty, they're only fat. Honey is only sweet. It's like, but when you take McDonald's and it's salty, it's fatty, it's sweet, and you can combine multiple foods, you can combine multiple foods at the same time, then you will eat more, trust me, because you have so many more different types of food, different types of tastes, that you will eat that, you will eat that, you will eat that, and you'll feel less satisfied because you have more to choose from. This is actual confirmed human psychology. That's how it works. So don't do that, guys. Eat probably just one most of the time, one of those, maybe two, but I wouldn't recommend eating eating something like ice cream at all, because obviously it's processed sugar and it's super addicting, and it's made in a lab, man. Don't eat don't eat things that aren't whole foods, that aren't natural. I'm not really religious, but people usually say eat only not exactly, I'm paraphrasing here, but eat only the foods that God made, right? So obviously God, I don't know if God exists for sure, but eat only things that nature has made. Human made things are usually garbage, because they're only human made, they're only made for the reason of being too extremely tasty. which is always a bad paradigm to go on. So they're extremely tasty, so they can be sold. And sold again and again and again. That's the reason they're made. That's why they're even sold on a regular basis in the first place, because they're very tasty, and they're made to be very tasty, unnaturally tasty. So yeah, so don't eat bullshit. Eat healthy, eat twice a day, 3 times a day maybe. Eat enough fat and protein. If you're snacking all the time, you're always gonna be hungry. And I think that's about it. Anyway, boys, you should never be hungry on a diet. I'm losing a ton of weight, and the only correction I'm really doing is eating healthier and eating twice a day. So boys, that's all it takes. Losing weight really is one of the easiest things in the world, and I will prove it to the world. I will prove it to all of you, and you're gonna see the results I get. Obviously, I ate a pretty big meal. This isn't, I mean, looks better on camera, still got a lot of work to do, but we'll be completely shredded within about a month or so. So I'll see you guys then. Not in a month. I'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. So see you then.